it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day of the week for a while. And today in this video, I'm going to do my top 10 sitcoms for kids. Now, I love watching like the Disney Channel and the Nickelodeon sitcoms that are for kids. I think they're pretty funny and cute. I know a lot of adults who actually watch those kind of sitcoms. A lot of them love them, and there's a lot of adults that I know that I think these sitcoms on Disney Channel and Nickelodeon are pretty funny. So I'm going to get started. And if you guys like any sitcoms that I didn't mention that are for kids, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'm going to get started. So number one on my list had to be iCarly. I really love iCarly. I think this one's super funny. My mom even watches this show with me, and my mom does love some kids shows, like she'll watch some kid shows and stuff, and she loves like iCarly. She thinks it's super funny. It's actually one of my favorite shows. I love the relationship between all the characters, like Sam, Freddie, and Carly. I like also how Sam and Freddie don't always get along, even though they still consider each other friends. I think that's pretty cool, and I think it's pretty funny when Sam tries to insult Freddie throughout the show. I think it's really funny, and I love like their silly skits they put on, like playing with bacon, or messing with Lubert when they pull pranks on Lubert. I think that's pretty funny. Number two on my list had to be Drake and Josh. I love this sitcom as well because I love the fact they combined Drake and Josh's family together after their parents married, and they become stepbrothers and then do a bunch of things together, and they sometimes get along and sometimes don't get along, and I love the mishaps and the trouble they get into, and I think it's pretty funny. One second. Sorry, I heard a noise downstairs and I was wondering where it was coming from. But my sister was boiling water downstairs, so that's why I heard that whistle. So anyway, I like Drake and Josh. I think it's super funny because Drake and Josh are always getting into a bunch of trouble. Like they're always making mistakes, they're always fighting, or they always get into trouble by accidentally hurting someone when they don't really mean to. It's pretty funny. Number three on my list would have to be Dog with the Blog. Now, like I've said many times before, I wasn't the biggest Disney Channel fan as a kid, but I do enjoy watching Dog with the Blog. And funny, I just actually watched a Dog with the Blog episode, which inspired me to do this video, and I really think it's pretty cute. I love the fact that the family has a talking dog, and the kids keep it a secret so then people don't like take him away or something, which I think is pretty cool. And I love the fact that it shows the family really getting closer together because of the talking dog, even though the parents don't really know that the dog actually talks. And I think that's awesome. Number four on my list would have to be Hannah Montana. Now, a lot of you guys know, if you watch my channel, you know that I don't like Miley Cyrus, but I did like her in Hannah Montana. I thought she was pretty funny. I love her funny catchphrases in this show. I really liked her kind of like struggling with her life as a pop star and her life as a teenager, going back and forth, and I thought that was pretty funny because a lot of times when she's like in her normal personality, she ends up making a lot of mistakes, and when she's Hannah Montana, she's kind of perfect, and I think that's pretty funny. Number five on my list would have to be The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Now, I really enjoy this one because I love, this one's also on Disney Channel, just so you guys know. No, I forgot to say where these were from. And I really like this show because I think it's super duper funny. I love how two twins live in a hotel with their mom, and they're like kind of like messing around the hotel and kind of goofing around, and they're like making mistakes out of everything and then kind of driving the management crazy. It's pretty funny. Number six on my list would have to be Wizards of Waverly Place. I think a lot of people love this show as well. I like this show because it involves a family of wizards who are constantly like doing spells and everything, especially the sister, because she constantly is making mistakes with the spells, even though she uses them unsupervised, and they're not really supposed to use magic unsupervised, but guys, the sister is always making mistakes because she needs to be supervised with magic because she always, like, something happens, something goes wrong every time she does it. I think it's pretty funny. And, like, I love the fact that they're able to mainly do magic without people knowing they're wizards. And I think that's awesome. Number 7 on my list had to be Good Luck Charlie. I like this one because it shows a family walking a little child, their youngest child, through life, and the sister, like, constantly makes home videos to show what goes on in their family and how she uses these video clips to teach her sister about how to struggle with their family and everything. And I think that's awesome. And the sister learns valuable lessons throughout the show. And I think that's pretty funny. And the little baby has, like, a main little phrase that a lot of people say, even though the baby can't talk, and says, if something happens or whatever, good luck, Charlie. It's pretty funny. Number 8 on my list would have to be Cory in the House. I'm not really a big fan of That's So Raven, but I did enjoy Cory in the House. I thought it was a pretty funny spin-off of the That's So Raven series. I thought this was pretty enjoyable. Would you excuse me 1 second? Sorry, I was changing a sitcom on my list. I really like this because I like this show because it's a spin-off of Raven's brother, That's So Raven, but it involves Raven's brother Cory, who is a minor character in the That's So Raven series. And I love how he moves into the White House with his dad, as his dad becomes a chef for the president, and he makes a lot of schemes to get money just because he lives in the president's house, but all his money schemes end up getting him in trouble, no matter how hard he tries. I think it's pretty funny. Number 9 on my list would have to be Sydney to the Max. Now, I enjoy Sydney to the Max because it kind of, like, is like a flashback, like a father-daughter show, which I think is pretty cool because it involves a daughter who goes through the same mistakes her dad went through when he was her age. And, like, for instance, she dyes her hair, and it looks terrible. And back when her dad was a kid, her dad bleached his hair and it looked terrible. So, like, it kind of, like, runs back and forth, like, between, like, she's going through a same problem that her dad went through when he was her age. And I think that's pretty funny. Like, she learns, like, lessons that her dad had learned when he was a kid. And I think that's pretty cool. So it kind of, like, shows a story that the character Sydney is going through. Sydney is the present character, and then it'll switch back from Sydney to her dad when her dad was a kid in the past, and he went through the same problem that she did. And I think that's pretty cool how it kind of shows, like, similarities between the father and the daughter, and I think that's awesome. Number 10 on my list would have to be Victorious. Now, this is a fun kid show. I know a lot of people actually watched it, especially a lot of my coworkers at my job watched it. They said it was a pretty good show, and I remember we were really into listening to Ariana Grande one day, and then we all started talking about the show Victorious. I like this one because it involves a girl who goes to a school for talented people, and so does her sister, but her sister has no talent. And I really enjoy this show because I think it's super funny because, like, a bunch of things happen with the main character Tori and her friends, as well as her sister, and they have to go through a bunch of issues, like either accidentally making a mistake in the class or ruining a play or this or that, and they do everything they can to fix the problem. And I think that's pretty cool. And I love how the fact that it even shows a bunch of the characters showing their talents throughout the show, and I think that's awesome. So that was my top 10 sitcoms for kids. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day of the week for a while, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!